Senate has the powers to confirm or not confirm nominees of the president. What has the president done? The president nominated Magu as chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The Senate rightly, in its wisdom, thought, oh, this man is not good enough to be the chairman.
But that's not what happened.
No, sorry. In its wisdom, they rejected him.
What do you mean in its wisdom? They predicated it on, they had a secure DSS report.
That's what we're
heading. They took a decision based on what they have in their wisdom.
But if you say in their wisdom, it appeared as though it was just whims and caprice.
I never said that. I think we need to be careful in my choice of words. Extremely careful. In their wisdom, they said he was not qualified based on whatever reports they had. In their wisdom, they took the reports and based their opinions on that. They wrote back to the president to say we won't confirm. He represented on the subsequent dates. They wrote back again that they will not allow him to be substantive chairman. Which law says the president needs their consent to have an acting chairman? Which law says the president cannot have somebody act in a position for as long as he wishes? You see, we must be guided by the laws. Nowhere does it say an acting appointment, like for the CGN, for instance, for CJs of the Federal High Court, Court of Appeal and State High Court, it prescribes a time frame within which somebody can act in the office, and there must be a substantive. In this case, it does not.
So they can act in perpetuity?
So be it, as long as the law does not frown of it.
What's the point of confirmation?
As long as the law does not...
I get that, but I'm asking you, what is the point of confirmation?
The confirmation is when you want to make substantive.
Was it wrong for the Senate to have considered the DSS report?
I wouldn't say that.
So he considered it and he decided to reject mine?
Nobody's quarreling with that, but you cannot not order the president to remove somebody from acting in the... You must conduct some investigations and back that resolve with some good reasoning. What you have written is that you will not confirm. You have not said we have investigated the man or for whatever reason, which is a different process, and we found that he's not qualified, and you make a resolution that he should be removed as acting chairman. You cannot just sit down because you say you've not confirmed, and then sometime down the line, you now say because we did not confirm his appointment, and the president has still kept him in an active position, because of that, we will no longer do any business with the executive. God forbid that day, that a court, which is the third arm of government, the judiciary, will say because you, in one case, maybe the court had, or the executive or legislature has not obeyed an order of court, we will no longer entertain any action. Every case has to be taken on its individual merit. You cannot muddle things up. So the Senate, with all respect, is trying to hold the whole country to ransom.
Let's go to...
this is rascality, in my opinion.
Give us your opinion about this too, because many lawyers have cited the EFCC Act. They say by virtue of subsection 2, subsection 1, and section 2, subsection 3, which specifically says the chairman and members of the commission, other than ex-officio members, shall be appointed by the president, and the appointment shall be subject to confirmation of the Senate. Which is chairman of the EFCC. So they say this clearly says that.
But you know, any law that is inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution is null and void to the extent of that inconsistency.
Is this inconsistent?
I mean, the Constitution is the ground norm of the country. It is the law from which other law derives. So if some are saying Section 171 says you do not even need the confirmation.
Is that actually the case? Because we just had a lawyer who told us here
that is that Chamberlain expressed an opinion. Many others have expressed that opinion. I may also support that opinion, and I may not. But there is some contention here. Which is a school of thought is saying Section 171 does not apply to EFCC and such commissions when there are express provisions in their law.
Do you think that applies?
No, leave my legal opinion for now. Let me make my point. Leave my legal. A school of thought says that, while another school of thought is saying, by virtue of Section 171, you do not even need to go there at all. And to that extent, the provisions of the EFCC Act would appear null and void for being inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution. Look, errors can be made in lawmaking, and let's get that straight. And that's why when we observe these errors, we come back for amendments at some point. Okay. Errors can be made. So if that is so, my opinion notwithstanding, whether I support the position of A or B, if that is so, subject to when this is judicially interpreted.
Yeah, but
so, and I think the presidency in its wisdom too has played safe.
But let's get your opinion.
Not announcing Magu as substantive chair.
Give us your opinion about that Section 171. Do you think that it applies to the position of the EFCC?
Somebody leave my opinion out of it.
No,
I don't want to be prejudiced.
That would not be.
I don't want to.
That would not be fair on the viewers because you're here as a lawyer.
I'm not being fair on the viewers.
No, you're a lawyer. We need your legal opinion.
Maybe you should consult me.
That's why you're here.
Maybe you should consult. No, maybe you should consult me in my chamber.
What should have? What I want
here. Leave my opinion. A school of thought has said, by virtue of Section 171, you do not need to go for confirmation. Another school says, no, EFCC Act expressly
What
provides.
Do you think?
Honestly, I would rather not express an opinion on that.
What do you think?
Let me. I don't want to prejudice my arguments.
Okay. We agree
Respect
with that. What do you think the Senate should have done in that instance?
In the Magu instance?
Yes.
As long as they've not pronounced that man as substantive chairman of EFCC, just sit back, wait, and there are too many things you can even do.
So is that a legal opinion or
there
just...
There are too many things you can do. I mean, you have the power of appropriation. You will have interaction with him. And beyond all of that, please, why would there not even be some interaction? If on the budget process, there was some form of interaction.
So are you suggesting that this can be solved politically and not legally?
But for me, do you think what I found?
No, Mr. Ogala, let's get the question in.
Let me hit this.
Just a minute.
Put this down.
We need to get the question in so you can respond to
with your question.
Tell us then, do you think that this is a matter that needs to be solved politically and not legally?
Perhaps we call it a mixture of both.
What would you subscribe?
I mean, I would not advise the presidency or the National Assembly to take the executive to court or vice versa, but it can be resolved. There are alternative dispute resolution mechanisms all over the place.
Such as?
You could seek legal opinions. You could call for opinions of experts in constitutional law on such issues. If Femi Falana is of this opinion, let him write. If the Attorney General has an opinion, if the VP, who is also a very senior lawyer, and we also have senior lawyers within the bowels of the National Assembly, and you have the technocrats, and we can subject it to a debate and find a way out. And where we cannot, perhaps, maybe a judicial interpretation when there's a dispute.
What do you think those who say that